Hi dear friends and subscribers of Cricket Happenings. Welcome to your daily edition of the Cricket Happening Show. Thank you very much for your support, dear friends and subscribers. Well, probably my throat is not fully okay, but Cricket Happenings is something which is pretty dear to me. Your tremendous support, your tremendous encouragement, dear friends and subscribers, really makes me feel that not a day should pass without your host Ram doing a Cricket Happening show. Well, if I don't do my Cricket Happening show, the day doesn't go well. I feel like like something is broken. Well, so even though I'm still having a sore throat, but well, I would still like to dwell on cricket. Now, one thing as far as today's cricket, before I start the Cricket Happening show, this is just general note to the Reddit.com, from whom on this Cricket Happening show I have got a lot of subscribers. So thank you very much. I would also like you all Reddit subscribers, from the Reddit cricket.com, to know that your host Ram is also on everything. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter. If you want to actually become a follower on Twitter, you may do so. My ID is Ram574, so you can get onto that and you can join me as a follower. I would really love that, because you dear friends and subscribers, especially from Reddit.com cricket, have done a sort of a great favor for me by actually joining me on this cricket show. Not only that, and you have been really contributing, you have been coming with a lot of inputs, which I really appreciate. And I too like the cricketreddit.com. Yes, it is it's quite a different story that I'm not able to spend much time on Reddit cricket. Unfortunately, as I said, the Cricket Happenings is very dear to me, and I have to balance between. I hope you all, dear friends and subscribers, really understand that I have to balance between my home chores, office chores, and then it's all cricket, right? So anyway, so without further ado, let's get on and talk on this Cricket Happening show. Now, just starting my talk on this Cricket Happening show today, what we are going to look at, we are going to have a brief look at the third T20 match which took place yesterday, and it was very essential for England not allowing West Indies to clean sweep the T20 series, and that really came through. But there was one person who was really responsible for that, and let me tell you, he was a Barbadian before, and then he shifted allegiance to England and he played for England, and he was not selected for the first two T20 matches, and he was inducted in the third T20 match, and that resulted in an English victory, and England definitely saved face by giving the West Indies a 2-1 series victory. But let me tell you one thing, that it was Chris Jordan who was amongst everything. First he slammed 4 sixes in a very quick fire knock. That was one thing. Then he came in and bowled and picked up some vital wickets of the West Indians, and then he also had in a wonderful catch that he took in the deep to dismiss a particular English batsman, and he was there all the while, and Chris Jordan would have been pretty happy to perform against his countrymen, in the sense it was his country before. He has definitely played for Barbados in the past, and this was the very ground, probably a different ground, but in Barbados I'm told that he had his best bowling figures. And today once again, and this was his T20 international debut. Let me check, I am not sure about that. No, sorry, it's not a debut. And let me tell you, Chris Jordan was the man who was named man of the match. He slammed 27 runs of just 9 deliveries. He went after Dwayne Bravo in the final over, depositing him for 2 sixes on the onside and 2 sixes on the offside, and took this West Indies England score, which initially had an electric start given by Michael Lumb and Alex Hales at the top of the order, and they set to rest all those talk that was going on that England were not able to take advantage of the power play, but today they definitely did, but they definitely lost their way towards the end. After getting a partnership of 98 runs for the first wicket between Michael Lumb and Alex Hales. Michael Lumb, who contributed an hard-hitted 63 of 40 balls with 9 fours and 2 sixes. Alex Hales contributing 38 of 31 balls with 4 fours and 1 6. They definitely lost their way in the middle with Ian Morgan, who really, it is a real question mark as to Ian Morgan, the captain of the England T20 team in the absence of Stuart Broad, has not really played himself at all. In fact, he has been losing his wickets, especially to the spinners. And once again, that was the story, and that is not something that England would have wanted, because Ian Morgan, especially with Kevin Pietersen not there, Ian Morgan has a great role to play, and his contribution was just 18 runs of 17 balls with 1 4 and 1 6. And after that, it was suddenly England lost their way after a very, very good partnership which was put by Michael Lumb and Alex Hales. 98 for the first wicket in just 10.5 overs. And after that, they lost their way by losing the wicket of Hales, Morgan, Butler, and Stokes. Butler was out for 3, Bopara for 6, Stokes was out for a duck, and Moeen Ali was run out for 3. And then the score was reading 138 for 6 in the 19th over. And in the 19th over exactly. So, and then it required only 11 balls really left. But Chris Jordan, as I said, formerly from Barbados, he came in, and Dwayne Bravo was the bowler in the final over. He really took charge by slamming him for 4 sixes to contribute an unbeaten 27 of 9 balls with 4 sixes, and as you know, he was the man of the match. 165 for 6 was what England got on, thanks to Chris Jordan's real big hitting. The bowling figures: Santoki, 4 overs no made and 2 for 27, continued to impress. Cottrell was very, very costly. Cottrell was actually making his T20 debut. He was carved for runs, especially by the openers. 4 overs no made and 2 for 37 for him. Nareen also got a bit of a real tap from the English batsmen, especially the openers, Michael Lumb, I would say. 4 overs no made and 1 for 34. Bravo had 3 overs none for 35 after the battering he received from Chris Jordan's bat. Russell 1 over for 11 runs. Sammy 2 overs for 14, and Samuels 2 overs no made and none for 7. As far as the West Indies were concerned, both the openers were sent back. They were packed up early by these English bowlers, especially Jordan had Johnson, Charles, Cotton bowled for 4. Dwayne Smith was bowled with Dernbat for duck, and that was not a good start for West Indies. 4 for 2 in the second over. After that, Marlon Samuels was also sent back to the pavilion for 15. Jordan clean bowling him for 15 of 13 balls with 3 sixes, 3 fours, and then Lendl Simmons once again had to come to the party, and he did his bit as he has been doing in the past in these T20 matches. His contribution was 69 runs of 55 balls with 7 fours and 2 sixes. After that, but he got some support. In fact, Bravo was out for 16. Russell was dismissed for a duck. Dinesh Ramadan really gave some good support. In fact, that was a time when West Indies were really tottering at 67 for 5 in the 11th over. And Dinesh Ramadan came to the rescue with that partnership, really giving them hope. In fact, that partnership between Lendl Simmons and Dinesh Ramadan really giving West Indies hope for victory by chiseling together a good partnership and almost taking it till the 19th over, where the score was reading 140 with Ramadan having contributed 33 of 21 balls with 4 fours and 1 6. And again, that man of the match, Chris Jordan, came there and picked up the wicket of Dinesh Ramadan. He broke that very, very important partnership by actually clean bowling Dinesh Ramadan for 33 of 21 balls with 4 fours and 1 6. And then it was 140 for 6 at the time. And there were only 8 legal balls left with Darren Sammy at the crease, and 8 legal balls left and 26 runs to get. Well, Darren Sammy definitely went swinging. He made 15 runs of 6 balls with 2 fours and 1 6. And when 5 runs were needed, in fact, it was very surprising in the sense the West Indies definitely took the challenge. and thanks to that partnership between Lendl Simmons and Dinesh Ramadan, they reached somewhere close. And when the end came, probably thought that Darren Sammy would finish it off, and especially considering that Jay Dernbash, who is not one of the good death bowlers in this English bowling circuit, definitely I was a bit surprised to see Joe Dernbash actually bowling the final over. But in fact, what happened was Darren Sammy was one. He could have either tied the match with a boundary, or he could have hit it over the ground for a six. But what happened was Dernbash actually definitely, I would say, he got away with something, because he bowled a wide delivery, and Darren Sammy, if he had actually not even connected that, if he had not even touched it, that would have been declared a wide. And this was the final ball of the 20th over. One scoring stroke was left for West Indies to win, and Darren Sammy actually ended up getting an edge onto it, and that meant that Darren Sammy couldn't hit a boundary or a six, and Darren Sammy was not out on 15 of 6 balls with 2 fours and 1 6, and in the end England were the victors by 5 wickets. And Jordan also took one beautiful catch of the bowling of, and that was a very important wicket too, because as I said, the first day he batted well, then he came in and bowled 4 overs, 3 for 39, picked up some important wickets at crucial times, and then he also took a brilliant catch of the bowling by running away and picking up the catch, and that was a very important wicket. It was Dwayne Bravo who was caught by Jordan of the bowling of Bopara, and well, he truly deserved the man of the match. 1 for 38 for Dernbash, very luckily getting through, I thought. Parry 4 overs, none for 32. Treadwell continued to impress with his right arm off spinners. 4 overs, no maiden, none for 18, and Ravi Bopara 4 overs, no maiden, 2 for 28. West Indies won the 3-match series 2-1, and Chris Jordan was named player of the match for England, and the player of the series went to the West Indian captain, Darren Sammy. Well, so it's all over. So, but what England has done is at least they have made sure that for the T20 World Cup, at least just before that, they picked up a victory. Now, without any further delay here, we are going to look at the T20 warm-up matches, and I'm also going to start off with an upset that has been created. Now, I think this is the real team to watch out for, because even though one would say it's only warm-up matches in the T20 World Cup, there were 4 matches played today. And let me start off with that biggest upset which was done. And upsets have become something very common in this T20 warm-up matches, because the other day we saw Hong Kong upsetting the apple cart of Zimbabwe, and today, well, it is really difficult to believe, Hong Kong today upset Netherlands by 27 runs. So let's see what Hong Kong did to really get that upset. And what was very important as far as this particular upset in the T20 World Cup warm-up match was concerned today between Hong Kong and Netherlands, was that Hong Kong, this is their second match, and they have won all the 2 matches that they played. First they upset Zimbabwe, and today they have upset Netherlands by beating them by 27 runs. And what was very important, even though Hong Kong batting first they were 127 all out, not even 19.5 overs, they still managed to actually get Netherlands all out for 100 runs. So that is the very significant part of it, because Netherlands are considered to be a good team, and for Hong Kong to restrict them to 100 after even not putting up a good show, it was really commendable. And really congratulations to Hong Kong, because they are looking absolutely the piece, and they are really showing to the world why they have been why they have qualified, in the sense they have come to the qualifying phase. And well, I think Hong Kong could really give a run for everyone's money here with their cricketing display here. Now, just talking about this Hong Kong team, now Chapman, as you would remember, was the man who actually took them to victory against Zimbabwe from a real losing position, and here he is once again, and he seems to be having a knack of getting runs, and he looks to be a real consistent player. Not only that, he looks to be a real threat to the opposition too, because Chapman, let me tell you, the qualifying phase, which is going to be starting from 16th, I would say better watch out. All the other teams, Hong Kong is really breathing, really breathing, I would say not fire, but they are really breathing hard. And let me tell you, dear fans and subscribers, that every team has to be wary about Hong Kong now. And Chapman went on to make his second 50 in this warm-up match. He was run out for 50 of 40 balls with 5 fours and 1 6. He was the highest scorer in a Hong Kong score of 127 all out. The other persons to get double figures were Nizakat Khan with 16 of 14 balls with 2 fours, 18 coming from Munir Dar of 26 balls, and 10 and 16 respectively with Hasib Amjad and Aizaz Khan. So 127 all out. Let's look at the Netherlands bowling figures, because Netherlands, they are supposed to be a very good team, and it has come as a real surprise that Hong Kong has once again has upset Netherlands. Swart had 1 for 21, Gupton 3 for 17, Mudassar Bukhari was a bit costly, 3 overs none for 28, Beek had 2 for 12 and 3 overs 25 for Jamil, and Peter Seeler 1 over for 13. Now let's look at Netherlands. Now Netherlands, well, they were all out for 100, and the man who did the damage, most of the damage, was Hasib Amjad, who bowled excellently, 3.5 overs, no maidens, 21 runs, but look at how many wickets he took. He took 6 Netherlands wickets, 6 Dutch wickets he captured. He was ably supported by Nizakat Khan, 4 overs, no maiden, 215, 2 overs, 1 for 13 for Tanveer Afzal, and that was it. Netherlands were all out for 100. The top score was the opening batsman, S.J. Myberg, who contributed 52 of 38 balls with 3 fours and 3 sixes. Barring that, there were 18 runs apiece to Tom Cooper, 18 of 21 balls with 2 fours, and Peter Boren contributing 18 of 15 balls with 1 four. And even all the big names failed, like Wesley Parisi, the wicketkeeper batsman, could contribute only 4. E.S. Warzinski is a very good hitter of the ball, and he's also made lots of runs, was run out for 2. And that's it, and this was a brilliant performance. Hasib Amjad was the one who did the real damage and helped Hong Kong upset Zimbabwe. Sorry, Hong Kong upset Netherlands. Now, one thing what we have seen is that Hong Kong is looking strong in all the 3 departments. They are looking strong in batting, they are looking strong in bowling, they are looking strong in fielding. So I would say let all the teams watch out for Hong Kong in the qualifying phase of the T20 World Cup. And good luck to Hong Kong. So let's look at the other matches very briefly now, because I just wanted to talk about this upset which was created by Hong Kong. Well, the other match which was played was between Nepal and United Arab Emirates. Nepal were all out for 95. United Arab Emirates bowler Sharif Asdullah taking 3 for 15. The highest scorer for Nepal was 28 coming in from Kalkurel, and the Paras Katka, the Nepalese captain, contributing 27 of 36 balls with 1 4. And United Arab Emirates, well, they got through the target in the 19th over, had a 6-wicket victory. They were 99 for 4. So United Arab Emirates beating Nepal by 6 wickets. The highest scorer was S.P. Patel, who contributed 33 of 41 balls with 3 fours. Shaiman Anwar was an unbeaten 30 of 34 balls with 1 4. Now, the other match that was played was Zimbabwe and Afghanistan. In Zimbabwe, you would remember, were upset by Hong Kong in the previous match. But today, Zimbabwe had a very convincing victory over Afghanistan. Afghanistan made 168 for 6 batting first of their 20 overs. Mohammad Shahzad, one of those big hitters of the ball, made 22 of 14 balls, 2 fours and 2 sixes. But the 29 coming in, I mean, there were contributions, but nobody was able to play big innings, with Najib Tarakai 29 of 20 balls with 4 fours and 1 6. 31 from the bat of Shafiqullah of 17 balls with 1 4 and 3 sixes, and Samila Shenwari making 28 of 22 balls and unbeaten 28 at that with 1 6, and Afghanistan totaled 168 for 6 of 20 overs. And it was supposed to be a good score. Prosper Saya, none for 17, 1 for 20 for Kamangozi, Panyangra, none for 34, Williams had 2 for 33 and 2 for 19 for Mushangwe, the leg spinner, and 1 for 24 for Hamilton Masakadza. But look at what Zimbabwe did. Zimbabwe actually got that target down in 19.3 overs, with Hamilton Masakadza absolutely at the top, slamming the Afghanistan bowling to all parts of the ground to contribute a very hard hit 93 of just 52 deliveries with 5 fours and 7 sixes. And then contributions of Sikandar Raza with 27. The opening partnership put 102 for the opening partnership yielded 102 runs. 27 of 24 balls with 3 fours for Sikandar Raza. 15 from Brendan Taylor's bat. Williams was not out 16, and Chugumbra was not on 16, and 173 for 3. Zimbabwe walking over Afghanistan with a comfortable victory, and would also really warm the cockles of Zimbabwe, because the reason being, the other day they were upset by Hong Kong, and here to beat Afghanistan, I thought that was a wonderful job done by Zimbabwe. So the 3 wickets which fell went to Hamza Kotak, Shapur Zadran and Mohammad Nabi. Now I'm sorry. Now the last match that I'm going to look at, the last warm-up match, was host Bangladesh taking on Ireland. Well, Bangladesh were the ones who batted first, and they went on to a very good score of 179 for 3 of their 20 overs, and finally that proved to be a winning score. It was all thanks in the main to Tamim Iqbal at the top, who contributed 32 of 29 balls with 2 fours and 1 6. But the partnership, after they were 63 for 3 in the 11th over, Bangladesh batsman Shakib Al Hasan with an unbeaten 58 of 32 balls with 7 fours and 1 6, and Mushfiqur Rahim, the captain, contributing 59 unbeaten runs of 30 balls and 8 fours and 2 sixes, saw to it that they put up a 116 runs unbeaten partnership for the 4th wicket to take Bangladesh to 179 for 3 of their 20 overs. Looking at the bowling card for Ireland, Sterling bowled excellently, 4 overs no maiden, 1 for 18, 1 for 22 for McBride, none for 46 for Cusack, who was taken for runs. Murtag went for 40 runs, which was unusual probably. Dockrell 3 overs, 1 for 29, 2 overs for 22 for Kevin O'Brien. And for Ireland, well, they replied with 135 for 8 of their 20 overs. The highest scorer being the captain of the Irish team. It was Porterfield, William Porterfield, who contributed 44 of as many balls with 4 fours, and then there was 35 coming in from Shane Thompson towards the end, but of no avail, as he hit 35 of just 19 deliveries, 3 fours and 2 sixes, and it was all over. 135 for 8 Ireland replied with, so it was basically a victory for Bangladesh by 44 runs. And the bowling, Sohail Ghazi, 1 for 24, 2 for 28 for Mashraf Murtaza, who looked good, 1 for 11 for Al-Amin Hussain, 2 overs, 2 wickets for 13 for Shakib Al Hasan, and 1 wicket apiece to Abdul Razak and Mahmudullah, and that was all over. So that really wraps up my cricket happening show for today, with the roundup of this T20 warm-up matches in the T20 World Cup in Bangladesh. Well, dear friends and subscribers, thanks for your company as always, and thanks for your continuous support to this cricket show. Your host Ram will be taking leave now, but promising you that again you will be seeing my face on Saturday, but pretty late, as you know. On Saturday it's always a late cricket happening show. So be patient, and I'll be there with something on cricket tomorrow. Probably today there's one game which is going to start. It has not yet started while I'm talking to you, dear fans, friends, subscribers. We are talking about the final T20 match, which is coming up of the series between South Africa and Australia, which will also bring an end to this very successful Australian tour of South Africa, where Australia are playing South Africa, and as I said, Australia won the 7-over shootout the other day. So the pressure will be on South Africa to level the series. Well, if Australia win, they would be taking the T20 series against South Africa. Well, but as I said, right now the match has not even started, and there is also some threat of rain there. But well, dear fans and subscribers, I'll be talking about this game tomorrow on my late cricket happening show on Saturday. Until then, it's goodbye. Thank you.